All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have Emeka Majanago and BKO. Let's move straight to our next conversation. As calls against the killings in Plateau State continue to dominate national discourse, Governor Caleb Mutfwang has made a shocking revelation with an update on the terrorist attacks. At a stakeholders meeting with citizens of the state, Governor Mutfwang revealed that intelligence reports depicted that Wase Grazing Reserve in Wase local government area, Pandom Games Reserve in Kwampan local government area, among others, have become dens of bandits, terrorists, kidnappers, and abodes for criminal elements. Meanwhile, the Conference of Speakers of State Legislatures of Nigeria strongly condemned the recent wave of brutal terrorist attacks and killings across several states in the country, especially in Plateau, Borno, Benue, Niger, and Kwara states. The chairman of the conference, Adebo Ogundoyin, said the gruesome acts have led to the tragic loss of lives, widespread displacement, and unimaginable trauma for thousands of Nigerians. All right, BKO, looking at what the Plateau State governor, just said, how worrisome is this?
We should be worried about the descent to inhumanity. We are becoming more and more inhuman. In the last 1 month, about 200 people have been killed. About 200 people have been killed, not just in Plateau, Benue. You know? I saw the governor of Benue State when he went to see people in the communities that were attacked. And we cannot claim not to know the people carrying out these attacks. We know them. But we lack, our leaders lack the political will to put an end to the nonsense that these people are doing. Some are even already biased, like it is in everything Nigerian. People will show their emotions based on where they stand, whether the victims are Christians or Muslims. That determines how we react. If they said, oh, if somebody lied against an individual, if that person is in government and you don't like the government, because you don't like the government, you will then choose to side with a liar.
And that's very,
we have lost. This is what is happening now. If somebody is stealing from all of us, we know he's stealing from all of us. We know that is the situation. But because you hate the government that is trying to bring him to book, to you, it is even wrong to arrest him in the first place. It's pure madness. How did we get to this point that we've lost our humanism completely? Many people are unbothered that people are being killed because they think that, oh, that's their problem. Oh, we must never get to that point where we think, oh, it is their problem in Plateau. Tomorrow it could be your problem.
Absolutely.
Oh, you think where you are safe, you are insulated from attack? It could happen to you. You could be on the road. We must defeat insecurity because you could be a victim. One day you could be on the road just going to the next state, to your habitation, and then you get attacked, taken away. You then wish that, oh, God should descend into the heart and save you. You then wish that a miracle should happen. You know, it was Oyakilome that said that you will believe in a miracle when you need one.
Absolutely, exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. This pastor, get him out. He said, when you need a miracle, you will believe in one. So, I also think that over the years, we've politicized
issue of security.
There is no reason to we should be able to try these people, bring them to justice, let the whole world see that we brought them to justice.
Okay.
In our country, the UAE released the identities of people,
the financiers of
Boko Haram. We refused to even put them on trial. And when it happened, I thought, oh, the government will quickly put them on trial. But for political reasons,
let's
behave like it didn't happen. So it's the same way that criminal headsmen have been attacking our communities, killing our people, yet it's difficult to even see them put on trial. How do you set an example? How do you discourage people? How do you disincentivize crime when that reluctance to make an example of the criminal is as apparent as daylight? This is what is happening. No matter, I saw some of the steps that the governor is trying to take. Those steps will not stop these people. Oh, you are stopping them from doing grazing in the night.
You know, transport.
In daytime, in communities far away, communities that are difficult to access by road, they will bring their bikes in daytime and come and set people's homes ablaze. They've been doing that. So we must attack the source of these criminal activities. Lamenting about, oh, they've taken over our forests, you know, we know that. They've even renamed a lot of your towns. They've renamed a lot of your towns.
But if we know where they are,
they've taken, this is like a Scotch Aid policy. It's a Scotch Aid policy that these guys are doing.
Yes.
They are forcefully relocating people from their communities and taking over their communities. They know it. This governor knows it. Because when I interviewed him, I brought that matter up. Not less than 70 communities in Plateau State alone have been taken over and renamed. The original inhabitants chased away. In our country, we are doing this to ourselves. This is not Putin and the Ukrainian president involved in the senseless war that they are fighting. Yeah. This is inhumanity of man. Man's inhumanity to fellow man in his own country. A lot of people coming to kill people in Plateau and other, they are not even Nigerians. These are hired mercenaries from other countries brought into our country to kill fellow Nigerians. This has to stop. Somebody must find the courage to say, this is what we need to do. How long will it take for us to discover the best way to deal with this problem? I'm really disappointed.
Okay.
How long will it take for us to know that, okay, this is what we need to do? From our experience, from our investigation, this is the best approach. And we'll see that approach implemented and this whole thing put to an end. For how much longer are we going to watch families wiped out and people weeping like that woman that we just saw?
Okay, Emeka Madunagu, Section 33 of the Constitution talks about right to life. Section 14 of the Constitution sub 2 talks about it is the duty of Nigerian government to protect the lives of Nigerians. But it's looking at security is failing. Should we not? Yesterday we talked about what the Lieutenant General, the retired general, talked about, self-defense.
Well, for me,
should we start considering that?
No. The government collects taxes from the people. You can't collect taxes from people and be telling them to go and defend themselves. If you need for the people to pay security tax or security levies, like people do in a number of parts of the country, say it so that you can better protect the people. That is one. Two, like you mentioned, the security of the nation begins from the office of the commander-in-chief and the president. He should tell his lieutenants to get cracking, to sit up. You know, when I hear the president says he has told the service chiefs, he has told the security agencies to do something, is it that they are asleep at their duty posts? The answer is no. What I think is that they need to do more. Every time we talk about headsmen, please, can we have a census, a head count of who are the headsmen? Get these headsmen registered. Who are they? Find out their identities. Then those of them who are not headsmen, who are hiding, pick these people and deport them, throw them out of the country, return them to their countries. Two, you have to embark on a disarmament campaign. Because you see, people have been talking of disproportionate disarmament. How can you say you have criminal herdsmen and they are armed? Go into those places and remove those arms from them. The gangs and all that are operating in different areas, remove those arms from them.
Arms, who is funding them? How are they getting those arms?
Please, bring out, over the years, over how many years now? More than a decade, we've heard of importation of arms seized at different ports, Tinkan Port or Airport and all that. But up to today, we've not been told the identities of those who imported those arms. Why should we be doing this to ourselves? Is it that some people are bigger than the Federal Republic of Nigeria? The answer is no.
They will import military fatigue.
Military grade weapons. So if you make an example of up to 2 to 5 people, the rest will run away. You need to show that, look, you don't have different classes of people in this country. That nobody is above the law.
We are equal before God.
And then again, if we say we want to, drill down to the lower level, then let us expedite action on state police so that the governors themselves can be real chief security officers of their states.
Yes.
Because a governor right now, no governor can tell a DPO, give order to a DPO. Talking of a DPO. A governor cannot command a lieutenant who is just maybe commanding maybe one small military unit. So,
but many security analysts disagree on that the governor, you are the chief, you collect security votes, you should be able to
about that. Have you forgotten?
Protect your citizens.
Have you forgotten? Was it Governor Jonah Jang?
Yes.
Jonah Jang of the same Plateau State when he was governor. I think was it one situation like that happened where he was in the midnight. I think where he said he was trying to get, was it the IG or so, Chief of Army Staff? In the midnight, I couldn't get him to direct his people to stop an attack. So what do you call that? A governor is in a pathetic situation. And he cannot do it. And this is a retired military officer.
You see, this argument that, there is a chief security vote and all that is a very ridiculous argument. The governors they call them chief security officers, but I choose to call them chief logistics officers.
And that is true.
They buy cars, they buy armored vehicles for the police. I wonder where the police and the army would be
if the governors
are not providing support. Look at how many Dangote vehicles the Nigerian police are using today. They bought a lot of those vehicles. You see them patrolling the streets with those vehicles. The police can't even arm themselves sufficiently. They can't even equip themselves sufficiently. States like Lagos even created a law permitting corporate concerns to contribute to a pool from which they can buy equipment for the police especially. You can have all the money in the world. If the decision makers are in Abuja, those who determine whether deployment can happen are in Abuja, what can the governor do?
Okay.
If you have all the money in the world, you have enough money to buy the best weapons for your vigilante that you have created.
Okay.
They are creating vigilantes, but they are not permitted to carry AK-47 grade rifles.
Okay.
Then how do they stand up to the enemy?
Okay, BK, we have Dakpo calling in from Abuja. Dakpo, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Dakpo, are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah, Dakpo, let's talk.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. Let's talk.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Let's talk.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for this issue of insecurity that you keep talking about. I think we are all complicit in this issue, in the sense that we have refused to call these people their correct name. We should stop calling them criminal herdsmen. These people are a militia that have been brought into Nigeria to take over land in pursuit of an agenda. They are a militia. They are not herdsmen. We need to stop using this nomenclature. It's a wrong nomenclature. The press needs to focus on the fact that Nigeria is at war against a foreign militia that is occupying our land and slaughtering our people. We should stop calling them herdsmen. They are not herdsmen. They don't have.
All right, thank you. He talked about moving into the country. Let's talk about our borders. Is it a case that we cannot solve our porous borders? Is it a problem that we are incapable of solving?
Right now, we do not have the capacity to protect our borders. I say we want to deceive ourselves.
Now,
and
that's
I will not be a party to that.
That is a scary one.
There are more than 1,450 illegal entry points into Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria. Katsina, for example. Kebbi, these days, they even bring in weapons through the waterways because through the River Niger, they bring in illicit weapons. Arrests had been made in the past. Women are getting involved in gun running, in bringing illicit weapons into our country from the black market. And then as long as you are unable to stop these illicit weapons from coming in, you cannot defeat insecurity. Because the bandit or the terrorist needs a steady stream of weapons.
Yes.
It needs a steady stream of drugs. All of those drugs that they take, you know. That's why when they catch them within a few minutes, once the drug wears off, he starts behaving like a real human being. When he has ingested the drug, he behaves in an animalistic manner.
Okay.
But the moment he's caught, within a short time, he assumes the shape of you and I.
Exactly.
And you start seeing him as a human being. Before then, he was at best an animal.
An animal.
So we must stop these weapons coming in. We must stop these drugs.
Okay.
Unfortunately for us, we have extensive borders with Niger Republic. Through these extensive borders, all kinds of weapons are coming.
Okay.
A lot of those borders are not policed. The ones that are policed, they may not even, they don't have to use it. They'll use the...
There are ones that are not.
Yes.
Exactly.
Before my eyes, I saw people bringing in rice when I went to Katsina at a border local government. And the DPO was telling me, see, in this place, we don't have enough population.
All right, then. All right,